4.
Nice shot to come round off 2 cushions. As long as he's not straight on this black, he's got options of 2 or 3 reds to play for. He just had the angle that was required. Maybe just got into that cue ball a little bit too much. I think he played for the red to the left
11.
corner. He's on the one to the right corner as well.
Yeah, he had a bit of a nosebleed this morning,
12.
Alan, and had to have a tissue up his nose, and I think there might just be a little bit still there, but it's certainly not hindering him, that's for sure. But the thing was, John, you expect Alan to do a bit of grinding. He was, you know, winning the frames with 2 century breaks. You know, he's winning it,
90.
winning the frames in style.
That's the word, Dennis, style. Very,
20.
very impressive. And this is a good opportunity. Nice angle on the black. Just a stun for the red in the same pocket. And there's still a couple of reds loose. Doesn't have to consider going into them just yet. 68
27.
would be the target to get to the snooker's required stage. If he was straight, there'd be no hesitation, but he wants to leave just enough angle on the black.
28.
If you leave an angle on the ball, then it makes it that much easier to get on the next ball. And he looks to have landed nicely on the black. Just seeing if there's another red available, maybe a plant. But he'll play for the alt red first.
Yeah, there's a possible 3-ball plant in there, so he's thinking 2 or 3 shots ahead. Now he's finished low on this red, so key shot coming up. If he runs through, he'll bring the blue out of the pack,
35.
send it towards the corner pocket, open a few reds up. So this is a very important shot coming up. You'd think he's bound to be on the blue or black, playing it with topspin. No,
36.
he would like to take that one again. I think he needed a little bit of stun and a bit more pace to bring the blue and reds out. He's back looking at the plant, so if he plays a straightforward safety shot, he could leave that on. So he'll have to hide the cue ball here behind one of the balk colours. No, he's leaving it at this end because of that possible plant.
Alan McManus, 36.
And quite clever, he pushed the black safe, the blues near the cushion. So 35-point advantage. That's pretty good with the big colours tied up at the moment.
Good target behind green and brown here. And you'd think you'd have to play this a half ball safety. Just playing straight up and down is a danger you could run into the blue. So he needs to catch this half ball with a lot of right hands. Well, he's coming down the other side of the table, so he's got to catch this thin. He's just concentrating on getting the cue ball back to the balk end. And if it bounces a little bit and Junhui can't get past the pink to that red sticking out, then he's got to be careful he doesn't run into the blue here. But as I said with Alan's shot, there is a chance here Got to miss the blue, but a chance to get in behind that green and brown. Went a simpler way and could not have played it any better. A little tap on the table there from Alan, who once again is looking resplendent in that tartan suit. Keeps picking little bits up off the floor. Look at the muck in this place.
Yeah, he must be very tidy around the house, must Alan.
Not that tidy in the house.
He didn't hear me, folks. The players can't hear the commentary, just the spectators with their headsets, which have to be turned down sometimes. It can come out through the earpieces. It's not bad. Mishit that, but he'll settle for the outcome. And it's Ding who's got advantage now because he can get in behind the green and brown. Might even bring the black into play while attempting that shot.
That's excellent safety. But Alan can get through to the reds, to the right hand side of the pink as we look. He's got to catch this one a bit better. He caught the last safety shot too thick. And this time too thin. Much too thin. He may have left a red on here.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a bit of a test. He very rarely misses this type of shot, but let's see if he has settled here this evening. Not quite. So just a few worrying signs early on here for Ding Junhui.
Where is he? On the ground?
I'm not sure what he's signaling to there. The referee has spotted something.
Nothing is switched on here, making noises. No.
There's some sort of
No
noise
earpieces.
coming from whether it's backstage somewhere or not. I'm not sure. Of course, it's so quiet in the Crucible when you get down to the semi-final stages. Just the one table there. There's no noise, no distraction from the other table.
Half an attempt at the plant, but catching the black, he's not got a very good cue ball. So you'd think, well, this red just below the pink does cut back into the left corner. It's a thin one. It's a good one, but is he on a colour?
One.
Not good.
And left with a nervy little shot if he's to roll up behind the yellow or black, because these cloths are so fast, even that shot can be a little bit tricky. But the way the reds are, if he could get a snooker here, what an advantage he could gain. So can he judge it? Played it well.
Ding Junhui won.
I'm just looking at it immediately. There's no easy red to lay on. The one to the left of the black spot near the cushion. If he could land on that, he's going to leave the one to the right. So he'll have to give this a little bit of thought. So angles, McManus is going to be tested here.
Well, it looks like he's preparing for the two-cushion escape with pace here. Maybe flicking that red just to the left of the pink. Judged it to perfection. Living up to his name there.
Yeah, they're even getting whistles from the crowd now. That was a terrific escape. Got to be careful here. If he takes the pot on, he doesn't cannon the red to the right of the black spot there. He's back in the same spot again. Can he judge the shot as he did previously?
Thank you.
Yes, the last time he played it, he played a little bit of drag on the cue ball. So he could hit it a little bit firmer and that drag slowed it up. But now he's tight to the cushion. That's not an option. If he rolls to it, he's got to do it dead weight. So I think he's just trying to get the cue ball back to the ball cushion here. Well, change your mind. Trying to trickle up to the yellow. Doesn't want to leave it short. Hit it too hard.
Junhui won.
No snooker for me there.
All depends how much of this red that Alan can see. Can't see the one to the right. He may have to play the one onto the red and blue and screw back into the balk area. If he can play thin off it, that would be better. I think that's the shot he's attempting. Yeah, well judged.
Can you check the volume of your earpieces, please? Some of them are a bit loud, thank you.
Yeah. Olivia Martel just telling the audience, just check your earpieces and turn them down a little. It's a pretty good shot there. It's the modern wear these days. Lots of the spectators have earpieces. Never used to be the case. Sometimes makes it a little bit difficult for us, John, you know, because we're commentating for the people at home, but the people turn up at the venues now and they want to have the earpieces. We haven't had many tactical battles in this match. Most of the frames have been won with one visit. The average frame time just over 17 minutes. There's the average shot time. That's far from pedestrian, that's for sure. But this is a key frame, because if Alan takes it, John, and wins 5 frames in a row, I think Junhui is going to be under all sorts of pressure.
Yes, I think he's under pressure now. He's looking at this red to the right corner, but he can't play that. Could he be running into those reds on the left-hand side of the table? We've got to hit this just right. And has done. That's an excellent safety. Well played.
Can he find the gap back down here? Of course, Angles can. Well played. Maybe a bit of a shot to nothing here, John. What do you think if he...
Well, Alan couldn't do much more than what he did, to be honest with you, but this red, obviously, it's just the right of the blue goes, the one in the middle of the table, just below the pink goes. But nothing that easy, and so far this evening, okay, Junhui has snicked in a few long pots, but he's not played him with great confidence to stop short of the baulk line. And being 33 points behind, he knows if he takes a risky pot on and misses it on the McManus with one more chance, could clinch this frame. Good pot. And that time he did play it with a bit more confidence and stopped short of the baulk line. So he's on the Cullen.
He's way ahead in the long pot success department. But a couple of difficult reds still there, so not an easy chance. Oh, good job he didn't hit it any harder. He'd have knocked the blue in. He didn't intend to cannon the blue,
5.
that's for sure.
This red just slightly off the cushion, but he's tempted by it because he's only just have to drop it in and be on the blue. And that's going to be an awkward red later on in this visit. Still 28 points behind.
And I don't think he's got the angle to pot this red and move the difficult one off the cushion because the blue's over the pocket. He's just looking to see, but I don't think it's a natural angle to do that. It's always a bit risky, you know, potting a red and trying to develop a red. But with the blue near the pocket, if the angle was there, he'd play it. Just made sure of getting nicely on his next colour.
6.
So the angle wasn't there to bring one of the difficult reds into play. And sometimes these tactical frames can be just as exciting as the frames that are won with one visit.
Yeah,
10.
nice positional shot. But now the work starts because the 3 reds after this one are all very awkwardly placed. Could play the pink here and stun across for the red on the right hand side of the table. The reason I say that, then he could just roll the red in. He knows that the blue's, well, going to be potable, even if he's tight against the cushion. So stunning across for the red on the right hand side of the table. Well, I'm very surprised he didn't play for it.
Sure.
But he's taking this one along the top cushion.
I think what he tried, John, he tried to cannon it out.
70.
And he knew if he didn't quite get the cannon, he was always going to have the other red.
Yeah, but it looked to me as though he could have stunned him behind it and rolled it down the cushion. Those 2 reds on the side cushion are big problems if he's going to win the frame at this visit.
So even here, he could take a risk of potting this and moving that red this to the left of the blue, but it's all about the pot. That's the main thing. You've got to make sure of that. He has tried to develop it, and he's developed the red.
18.
Nicely played.
Yeah, that was an excellent shot. Gives him a chance, but it's not the best chance.
If he finishes dead straight on this red to the middle, he can leave the white where the red is and look at the angle he has on the pink to get over to that red. And that's
23.
not bad. Just coming around to have a look where he could leave the cue ball. And then he would be faced with the shot you suggested, John, dropping in behind that red or trying to develop it. 5 hours of fascinating snooker we've had in this semi-final.
24.
So, if he can't move the red, he'll drop in behind it.
Well, if he's looking this close, I think he'd like to pot the pink and move the red away from the cushion. He's got the perfect angle to drop behind it, but he'd like to move it by the looks of it. And he did nudge it away from the cushion. Well played.
30.
Well, when he started this break, there was 3 reds that were awkward. And he's played this to perfection, it has to be said.
Thank you.
He did look very edgy at the start of this frame, but
31.
if he could somehow go on to take it with this fabulous clearance, his confidence will be fully restored.
Now, it all depends what sort of angle he's got on the blue here. Has he got the natural angle to pot the blue and just run into the black? If he catches a black full ball, then he'd be on the yellow to the middle. If he hasn't, then this yellow, it's not certain to get good position on it. And with the green not being on its spot, it's a little bit trickier than it would have been normally.
I think he's dead
36.
straight on the yellow, but he should be okay. The brown, as John said, just blocking the green somewhat, but he should be fine. And this could be a big turning point in the match, because Alan looked all set
38.
to win another frame and make it 5 in a row. Needs to keep coming. He could be snookered. What a shot he's played there. He had
41.
so much margin for error and he decelerated, never hit it. I mean, he could have finished another 12 inches to 2 feet up the table and been on the brown. Now he needs a bit of good fortune to knock this safe.
Ding Junhui, 41.
Well, what an opportunity he's missed there. And
Thank you.
Alan McManus, I don't think you can believe he's still in this frame. He's 8 points behind. But just to be back at the table with a chance is a bonus. What was Ding Junhui thinking of there when he played the green? Anything but short. This is a big frame now. That brown needs to travel. Doesn't want to leave a pot on for Ding because he's been knocking a few long ones in. Quick glance at the scoreboard. Ding Junhui needs brown and blue. Is the brown worth the risk? It is cuttable. But it's one of those, because it's a thin cut, if you missed it and got close, it could stay in the jaws of the pocket. Big decision, this.
Well, he's back looking at the potting angle there. Just depends how he feels. He's not absolutely sure. I mean, it is a straightforward safety with a chance of getting a snooker. That might be the better option.
Well, in the end, he did play the pot, but wasn't that close. And if anything, aired on the side of hitting it too thick, where normally you air on the side of hitting it too thin. Will Alan be tempted? It's not that cold. Man, it has been chilly in Sheffield, as we see Junhui blowing into his hands. Now the experience of Alan McManus, much too risky. Has he got the snooker? He has. He's got the snooker, and I always say when you get to the stage of the frame, if you can have your opponent snookered, you become favourite. Easy hit, but can he get it safe? Can he get it safe?
Oh, it's going over the corner pocket. As long as it doesn't go tight, it's a chance. The white's tight on the cushion, but the brown's certainly not. But listen, it looks easy, but with the cue ball tucked up on the cushion, it's tough. The white will automatically come towards the blue. What an opening frame this is turning out to be.
Yeah, you've got to hit the middle of the cue ball here. Trust the table. This is a chance. An unexpected one. It's there. Now that cue ball needs to slow up. As long as it's not on the cushion, he won't mind.
4.
He's got to cut to the right middle. 4 points in it. So Alan McManus will need blue, pink and black. Ding Junhui, this would hurt him. He looked all over the winner of this frame when he was perfect on the green and snookered himself on the brown. Cut to the middle looks the obvious choice. Good pot. And if this cue ball runs like I think it is going to do, he's going to be on the pink. Just.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
a thin
Settle
one.
down, please.
The white will have to go twice across the table. If he pots this, I think Junhui can still draw with the black, so he needs the black as well. Can he get it twice across and in behind the black? Can he pot the pink?
I think if he pots the pink, he's bound to be on the black. Come off the left-hand side, right-hand side, baulk cushion. The pink's right in the middle. I think he's going to be on the black. If it runs, if it runs, if it runs.
15.
Just on it. It cuts.
Thank you.
It does cut. It's there! Well, what a frame! Alan McManus, I'm certain, was sat in his seat thinking it was gone. Ding Junhui, so disappointed, leaving the arena. He was perfect on the green, under-hit it, only he knows why. And Alan McManus got a reprieve and grabbed it with both hands. He now just trails by 1. 9-8.